Tonight, the update on an exclusive WPBF 25 News investigation. The widow of a Waxahachie man who drowned during a failed canal rescue attempt by Riviera Beach firefighters files a lawsuit against the city. Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Todd McDermott.
And I'm Felicia Rodriguez. Heath Thomas had a medical issue that caused him to drive off the road and into the canal. He was conscious and the car was floating when firefighters tried to save him.
But as investigative reporter Terry Parker first uncovered last year, that rescue attempt went terribly wrong.
This is the memorial to Heath Thomas, a 53-year-old Waxahachie man who died in a botched canal rescue just 2 years ago. In this canal right over here, surrounded by Riviera Beach firefighters, he drowned anyway, and now his widow has filed a major wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Riviera Beach.
And if everything was done properly, he would still be here with me today, and that's what angers me.
Gia Thomas pays tribute to her late husband Heath Thomas's memorial just yards away from the canal where he drowned 2 years ago during a botched fire department rescue. A rescue that Gia says should have been successful because Heath, while dazed after running off the road during a medical issue, was conscious and floating in his car.
It hurt knowing that he was in that video and he was talking to them. So he was alive.
This exclusive bystander video shows what happened next.
Get out. I ain't good.
Gia and her lawyers have just filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the city of Riviera Beach, attaching this 155-page outside investigative report I first reported last year. It sums up the critical mistakes, including firefighters smashing the window and opening the door, causing the car to sink, which investigators say should only be done if the car is secure or already sinking. Lawyer Scott Smith says the obvious first step should have been tying off the floating car.
So, as the report indicates, as policy and procedure dictates, the vehicle should have initially been secured and then brought as close as possible to the embankment.
The report noting despite numerous mistakes, the firefighters did their best under difficult circumstances, but their lack of training and safety measures cost precious time.
And I don't blame it on the fire department. I blame it on the people that didn't train the fire department to do their job the way it should have been done, because Heath would be here today with me right now.
Because in one of the most surprising points, the report revealing that in a city surrounded by 8 miles of canals, the intracoastal and the ocean, the fire department had not trained its firefighters in water rescue.
It's absolutely preventable. Had they had the proper training, you wouldn't have seen the chaos that you experienced here on the shoreline.
That training failure partially laid at the feet of Assistant Chief Keith Golden, who was later suspended for 5 days for his role in the rescue attempt and other workplace complaints. Through it all, Gia hates to think of what Heath was experiencing as he sank to the bottom. His biggest fear, she says, was drowning.
I don't know what he was going through in his head, but I know he was scared, and I wasn't there for him, and that really, really hurts. It hurts.
Just as much today, she says, as it did 2 years ago.
He was my soulmate my whole life. We did everything together. So having him no longer here with me is devastating. And it's, like I said, 2 years now, I'm still feeling the same pain.
Because this is now a legal matter, the city of Riviera Beach has issued no comment. But I do know that the fire department has instituted water rescue training. In Riviera Beach, Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.